Hello and welcome back to the channel. We're in Durham, North Carolina today at South Point BMW, and we have the all-new BMW 330i. This is the 7th generation of the 3 Series, the G20. This car comes in 2 different variants. Comes in a 330i, 4-cylinder turbocharged, produces 255 horsepower and 295 foot-pounds of torque. The horsepower is up a little bit over the older model, but the torque's up significantly over the older model. This car is also available in an M340i. That car has a 6-cylinder turbocharged engine, and that car produces 382 horsepower. This car came out in 1975, the 3 Series it is, so this is the 7th generation. This car has a brand new front end on the car, but it still retains the BMW signature grille in the front. This car also has LED headlights, which are standard in this car. Last year they were an option. It also has LED turn signals and LED fog lights as well. The new 3 Series actually is 185 inches long. That's 3.5 inches longer than the older model that this car replaces. It also has a wheelbase of 112.2 inches, which is 2 inches longer than the older model as well. But the car is lighter. It's on a new platform. It's 40% stiffer than the older platform that the car was built on. With the 4-cylinder engine this car has in it, it still gives you a 0 to 60 time of 5.3 seconds, which is very impressive. One thing I will tell you about the engine though and the transmission, this car comes with a new 8-speed transmission, but there's no manual transmission available as an option on this car. Also on the different models, you've got the 330i, then you also have a 330i xDrive, which is an all-wheel drive model. The base price on this particular car, on the 330i, is $40,250. If you elect to get the xDrive, that's $2,000 more for the all-wheel drive. You'll also notice that it's got some intakes down here in the bottom, a new lower front end on the car. Like I said, it retains the same kidney grille and of course the LED headlights. Let's take a look at the back of the car and see the difference there as well. The car has a totally redesigned rear end on the car as well. You'll notice that it's got the new taillights on the back, and these are like the 3-dimensional look taillights on the back of the car. Pretty much else is kind of the same. You'll notice this car has dual exhaust on the back, even with the 4-cylinder. Last year you only got dual exhaust if you got the 6-cylinder engine. So you've got some upgraded taillights on the back and the 3D look, which definitely looks more modern looking for this car, and you've got the dual exhaust in the rear. All right, let's take a look at the interior. This has the virtual cockpit. So you have your speedometer over here, your tachometer over there, shows you what gear you're in, shows you the driving mode that you're in. Those driving modes are right over here. So you've got Sport, Comfort, and Eco Pro. Sport, of course, is to put it in sport mode. Comfort is what you're probably driving it every day. Eco Pro is on the highway. And auto hold here, so when you pull up to a stoplight, you don't have to keep your foot on the brake. It'll automatically hold the car for you. Then you've got your iDrive system here, which is the new 6.0 iDrive. You've got all your buttons here. Those same buttons, let's start this car back up. The same buttons are up here on the dash. So you have the media, communication, navigation, car, and then your apps. The car has Apple CarPlay. The screen, you can see you can take the screen side to side, and you can change the settings on the screen so it'll display different things for you. It's got a plastic dash on the car, not leather covered. Same with the door panels. A lot of these settings and all these switches are the same, whether it's an X5 or it's the X7 or the new 750 that I just reviewed. I do like this feature here that all your air conditioning controls are right here, so you can adjust these and you don't have to go up into the touchscreen to do it. They're all right here. And same here, you have radio presets. And if you look up here, you can see as I touch different ones, it'll tell you what's on that channel. So you don't have to actually press the button to see what it is. You can just lightly touch it and it will tell you up there what it is. This car, with having the Driver Pro package, it has this camera right here. This camera watches you to make sure you're paying attention to the road when you're driving. If not, you're going to get flashing yellow lights down here, or if you take your hands off the wheel too long, it's going to tell you to grab the steering wheel again. We'll kind of turn around and look at the interior. Back seats of the car. This has kind of like a 3/4 pano roof in the car. But overall it's pretty much the same, whether, like I said, whether you get an X5 or you get a new 5 or the 7 series, the interior of the car is about the same. And down here you can pop this open. You have a wireless charging port right here, so you can lay your iPhone there. You have a USB port and 2 cup holders down here. The wireless charging port's really good because when you're using the Apple CarPlay and you're using Waze on a trip, you can lay your phone there, and that way your phone will charge while you're using Waze with the app. All right, let's take this car for a drive and see how it does. In the previous generation, BMW caught a bunch of grief about their steering feel. They said it didn't feel natural, the people that reviewed the car. So we're going to see how the steering feels on this all-new 330i, and we'll fill out the performance of this car as well. This car has the 4-cylinder turbocharged engine. So we're going to see what the power feels like on this car. Turbo lag on the engine. It feels pretty peppy for a 4-cylinder. I'll show you some pictures of the interior of the car once we finish driving it. You can see the layout. It's got the virtual cockpit. Car does. Nice pickup in this car. I didn't feel any turbo lag. Car feels pretty secure. Steering definitely feels better in this car. I'm feeling more of the road. It's a little tighter. The car is very responsive. It's a little bumpy. I've got it in comfort mode, and I can still feel most of the bumps. So that tells me they've got the suspension kind of tuned in. Put it in sport mode. Kind of remaps the throttle on the engine. Car is really responsive for a 4-cylinder. Like I said, in sport mode it feels good. I don't feel that much of a difference in the suspension when I put it into sport mode. It's handling these corners really well though. Brakes are good. Not too grabby. See the pickup on the car? Definitely got some get up and go. Everything feels good and secure. Put it back in comfort mode, see if I can tell the difference. Get an idea of the 0 to 60 time on this car. That was 60. The car was a little hesitant when I first pulled off. It took it to about 15 or 20 miles an hour before it really kicked in. But for a 4-cylinder engine though, the car's got good power. I would definitely say that this is a good buy, especially for the price. Yeah, I don't think you'd be disappointed buying this 3 Series. This 330i has definitely got the power for a 4-cylinder engine. In true BMW form, the handling is really good on this car. Like I said, the steering is definitely more responsive. I can feel it, feel the road. Feels like it's planted. It's definitely got the power. I think you'd be very pleased with the power of this car. You're not lacking anything by buying a 4-cylinder engine in this with the BMW 330i. It's not jaw-dropping where you go, oh my god, this car's so fast, I can't handle it. But it's definitely got all the power that you would need. It's got a quiet interior, very little road noise. The seats are comfortable in the car, firm but comfortable. I think these seats are about probably 8-10 different positions you can adjust these seats to. But it's a very comfortable car, very quiet car, handles good. And you know, it doesn't appear to, you know, it doesn't feel small on the inside when you're driving it. It feels like a normal family sedan. If you like this video today, click that like button. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. If you've got any comments, leave them below. And I'll see you on the next video.